loquat. Sour cherries. Rainier cherries. Rainier. Mystery cherries. Unripe Rainier. Kind of red, kind of green. Peaches, not ripe. More kumquat, public land. Almonds, public land. What's going on, YouTube? I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you are interested in purchasing my book, I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. Wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Number one, why do I emphasize so much on foraging and less on gardening? If you all know, I have a garden, but my method to my gardening is like the no work garden. So I plant things that don't require hardly anything. With foraging, for starters, with foraging, you don't have to plant it, feed it, water it, weed it, or protect it. That's number one. Number two, there's a lot of space outside your backyard. Meaning, if you can't grow everything that you want to on an 1/8 of an acre, just as an example, 1/10 of an acre, whatever it is the average these days. I'm fortunate enough to have a double lot. So I've planted a triple apple tree, which means it grows 3 varieties of apples, a triple pear tree, which means it grows 3 varieties of pears, 2 cherry trees, and now that I look back, that was kind of dumb, because there's cherries everywhere. I didn't know that at the time. I did not plant grapes because there's grapes everywhere. It's pretty much anything that I want to plant is already everywhere else. So, seems kind of silly to do it twice. And a couple other things is like, I'm out here getting my steps, trying to get back into shape. I let myself go this winter. Anyway, not really a big deal. Losing weight for me is not a problem. I think that we are coming upon a time, and there's other things in my videos too, where I talk about using less soap, showering less often because but the thing is that because we are so brainwashed, people think, ew, that's gross. That's their first initial reaction. 2 things about that. One is that up until a generation before mine, my mom's generation, my dad's generation, so my grandparents, they only bathed once a week because they had to haul their water. There wasn't indoor plumbing everywhere. They had to haul it from out on their pasture, out on their land. They had to heat it. It was a big to-do. Scientists are saying that you can Google it. Go ahead and Google it. How often should a person shower? It should be 2 or 3 times a week. Anything past that has detrimental effects on your skin, the beneficial bacteria, a whole bunch of different things, and it can cause eczema, Whole bunch of skin conditions if you bathe too often. Of course, if I'm sweaty and gross, I'm going to bathe more often because I don't want to stink. I want to smell good. And about using less, like less shampoo, less deodorant, less soap, same as laundry and stuff like that. Again, not good for you. So, some people have to wash their hair every day. Some people only have to wash their hair once a month. I'm approximately once a week. So, I'll take a bath. I'm not a shower person. I'm a bath person unless I'm in a hurry. But I will wash my hair about once or twice a week, and that's fine for my hair. I mean, I have very fine, straight hair that doesn't get a lot of oil, build up like that. With my laundry, you have to do the research. Using a full capful of laundry soap, it ruins your washing machine, it ruins your clothes, and using too much soap actually attracts more dirt to your clothes. So you're supposed to use less. Me personally, I can do without laundry soap, period. It does not bother me. Spot cleaning and then throwing it in the washing machine using just water, no soap. Like, you can spot clean with soap and then there will still be soap residue left in your laundry, but the majority of the cleaning, if you do the research, is done through the agitation cycle of your washing machine, not the soap. The soap might break up the dirt, but the soap stays in your clothes. It's hard to, you just have to research it. But again, until the generation before mine, people were literally like going down to the river and stream and washing their clothes. So they wouldn't know that. And I think also that sometimes we need to humble ourselves because we are an extremely spoiled generation. We are spoiled. And we may think that we're not spoiled, but we're spoiled. So I will go on these things where I challenge myself and humble myself. As an example, in Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, I think it was Cape Town, they had the worst drought that they had had in 500 years, and everyone was required to use only 13 gallons of water per person per day. That's 50 liters or approximately 13 gallons. And there was this reporter who was showing how people were doing it. And here in the United States, people would say to these other people, ew, that's disgusting. And I'm just like, wow, that must be really hard. And I did it for a month. But I did it differently than them. If you guys are interested in me making a video on how to live on like 10 to 12 gallons a day and keep a garden at the same time, let me know, because they were actually at the point where it was illegal to have a garden for a while unless you use your own rain catchment system or it was gray water, stuff like that. But we need to humble ourselves because America's been under God's protection since it was started. And what if that protection goes away and we're no longer number one? We're no longer top dog. There might be a drought where people have to ration their water. There might be a time where the grocery stores are closed. The gasoline stops. And what happens then? Then people, because we're so accustomed to having everything handed to us on a silver platter, people are going to be peacefully protesting by setting their grocery stores on fire. And I'm just preparing myself. I do think that we are headed for a time where all of our things are not going to be available like they have been in the past. And it's just so when everything does go to poop, when everything goes to poop, there's going to be people like me where it's just business as usual. Just like yesterday, 10-gallon water ration, I'll do 8. How's that? And people will say like, okay, there's a gasoline shortage. You can only have, like they did back in the 30s and 40s, there's gas rationing. You can only get 3 gallons a week or 2 gallons a week. And I'm just like, I'll do my e-bikes. By the way, I have not filled up my gas tank in 2 months, and I still have 3/4 of a tank. You know, people are going to say, blackout, there's electricity shortages and brownouts. We're asking you to use less. And we used to rally together and use less, but nowadays it's like, screw you, I pay for my electricity, so who are you to say that I can't use my electricity? So I'll just be like, cool, I shut it off. I'm going to use my off-grid generators for the next week. I'm good. You know, it's just a crazy thing. And again, I think that we are, with what is going on with us politically as a nation, one of two things is going to happen during the next election. It's between Biden and Trump. Biden wins as we continue on our current trajectory with inflation, which might turn into hyperinflation, shrinkflation, low wages, low jobs, no benefits, that type of thing. People can't pay their bills, getting more people super immigrated into the U.S. and living off of our streets that are paved in gold, and more of our money going to our foreign wars. Or it's going to be Trump, and I am a Trump supporter. I don't care what you say. If you want to unsubscribe, you go right on ahead. Trump comes into office. However, I truly believe that even if Trump comes into office, he is being set up. I think that he is being set up for some economic collapse, economic disaster, and what we are accustomed to right now, life is going to change. It even says in the Bible, yeah, you can buy some bread, but it's going to be a full day's wage. So we might as well get used to it now. Get used to it now. And I also like to humble myself, you know, and live on less. I like to remind myself of my roots, where I came from. I came from very poor background. I like to show resiliency. I like to challenge myself. And I like to bounce off thinking outside the box. And again, if you guys are interested, I don't know how many people would be interested, but videos on living without gasoline, basically going through all these things that other countries did, living without gasoline, no grocery stores for, I don't know, a month or two. What is it? Peak oil. Cuba went through it. Hyperinflation. Venezuela is going through it. Droughts. New Mexico's going through it right now. South Africa went through it. You know, can most people do it on 13 gallons a day? Most people would think no. I've got it down to a T. I can do my laundry, I can shower, I can flush my toilet and water my lawn and wash my floors and wash my car, all on 13 gallons a day. And I can do those things every day if I want, because I practice. It's time to practice. All right, folks. I'm going to get off here, but I just want everyone to think of a life where you not only want to live on less, but think of a life where you might be forced to. So you can go ahead and make fun of me all you want. You can call me disgusting and dirty and smelly and stinky. You can call me a agoraphobic, germophobic, call me whatever you like. Go ahead. But when the poop hits the fan, there's going to be a lot of people coming to my channel to learn those tips and tricks. And if grocery stores aren't open, it is time to learn how to forage and garden. Gardening, I would highly recommend root vegetables because people do not recognize them. And then the rest of it, forage and fishing. All right, folks, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out. Get her, Rocky. Get her, Rocky. Get her, mister. Get her, Rocky. They're so cute. He loves his little sister. She probably added 5 years onto his life. He's so happy with her.